Stop thinking that you have to know things in advance. We can't know in advance. You don't have to know. You see tails. Now the tails are dropping. You say, okay, look, let's just, I don't know if it's going to stop before it creates damage, but I'm watching it. All right, it created damage. Now the tails are real. Now move those tails to the right and you know where resistance is. See? You don't have to know anything in advance. We can't know in advance. You see, guys, look, providence, God, the universe, you pick the name that resonates with you. I don't care. What's in a name? Shakespeare said. A rose by any other name is still a rose. All right, that's my Shakespearean coming out, guys. But all right, okay, I digress. Providence, God, the universe, history, whatever name you want to call it, has not ordained us with the ability to see very, very, very far beyond our nose. We have the ability to see a little bit beyond ourselves, but not a lot. For instance, you can't see into the next room. You can't see into the next house. You can't see into the next block. You can't see into the next city. You can't see into the next state. You can't see into the next country. You can't see into the next planet. You cannot see into the next galaxy. Where can you see? Where you are. You see, we have been given dominion over where we are. We have not been given dominion beyond where we are. We are the masters of where we are, but we become questionable, doubtful, uncertain. We become unsure, and we become very unknowledgeable once we leave where and who we are. And so this is life telling us that the most important thing is now. You don't need to know a future now. In fact, if you spend most of your current nows on future nows, you will be missing life itself, because life itself is where you are, not where you think you will be. A future now is actually going to be a current now. Does this make sense? A future now will ultimately be experienced as a current now, and you don't ever have to leave the current now. So how am I relating this to trading? Like this, guys. Look. I don't know when this starts dropping whether these two tails are going to be significant resistance. I don't know. That's a potential future now, but I don't know either whether this drop is going to create damage by killing the strength. When it does, that's the current now. I am now realizing that the damage is done. And I now know that this is significance. You don't have to know it in advance. And so a lot of traders, the reason why I'm belaboring this point, because a lot of traders go off the deep end trying to build up some skill that you can't have, which is, I want to see the future. If we could see the future, we wouldn't need stops. We can't. We can't see future nows. All we can do is play the current now. All I can do is say, right now, this breakdown had zero follow through and got reversed. Now, that's all I can do. And just say, okay, I know based on my numbers that when that happens, 180, that there's a 73% chance of follow through, which means that if I do this 10 times, if I play this 10 times, I should have 7.3 wins out of every 10. I'm going for it. And so that's where trading starts becoming consistent, when you are not projecting away from now. In fact, when you leave the now, that's what creates fear, doubt, and hesitancy. Instead of just, okay, look, if I can go to something like, fly me to the moon. All right, you take something like Nike, clearing elephant bar. Okay. All right, forget everything else. This is a clearing elephant bar. I know that clearing elephant bars have an 80 plus, it's more than 80, but 80+% chance of follow through, which means that if I do this 10 times, I should win at least 8 times. Now I know this, okay? And right now, that's the key word. Right now, I have this. It is the only thing that will make you not do this is when you leave the now and start projecting the possibility of a future now. You want to go into the next block, which you have no dominion over. You want to go on to the next planet, into the next galaxy. You want to fast forward to the next 20 minutes. In fact, you start creating pictures in your mind of a future now down here. And this is how you look, right? And it is this imagining of a future now down here that will prevent you from actually playing the current now that's real. And that you will leave the current now that's real with this winning percentage. You will leave it and you will actually start imagining a different now. That's a now in the future. You will abandon, in the religious terms, you will deny Christ, which is another way of saying you are denying the reality of now to give your faith to a now that doesn't exist. And this is what will create you not doing this, for fear that the imagined now is more powerful than the real now that you have. And guys, this is talking about the psychological aspects of trading, which all can be summed up by this one thing I'm telling you. You're leaving the now to imagine another now. And all proper trading is collecting a small number of nows that you know, so that when those nows really become the current now, you just act. So when when a clearing elephant bar, especially after a drop, when a clearing elephant bar is one of the items that is a now that you automatically act on. That's one. Maybe you have 5 nows, all right? So that when any one of these 5 things becomes my current now, I don't think, I don't guess, I don't wonder, I don't imagine other nows. This is the now I've been waiting for. It is now my now. Boom. But you will forever have problems when you deny the Christ, deny the now, deny the reality that's in your face, deny its existence, to leave it, to believe, to not believe in the now that you have, and to believe in the now that you have created in your mind, is to be a backslider, is to be a sinner. It's all about what your truth is too. You understand? Most traders are flopping around without their truth. They don't know a truth. They don't have a truth. They don't have a faith. The clearing elephant bar has to be your truth. It has to be your faith. And you can't sin against it. You can't, when it comes, when the Christ comes, right? I'm using religious terms because a lot of you get it when I do that. When the reality comes, when the Christ comes, when the clearing elephant bar that you know comes, you can't sin against it. You can't doubt it. You can't deny it. You can't deny its existence. You have to do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I waxing too deep for you?